before the playoffs started, we put out our expert predictions for the state championship games.
Yeah.
What we thought, who we think would make the state championship game, who we think would win the state championship.
Right.
And so now we're halfway through the playoffs. We're 3 rounds deep. There's 3 more to go. Obviously, things have changed. And so I want to see if you and I want to adjust our state title picks. I know Matt Stepp, High School Insider, on Twitter has already adjusted his. So if you want to go check his.
Yes.
But I figure we would take an opportunity to give ourselves a mulligan.
Although, to be fair, let's say that we're not changing them on the site. They are standing.
No.
We will live and die with what we've put on the site.
I just got a text from Coach Ken Purcell, my co-host on Fox Football Friday, powered by Dave Campbell's Texas Football. He just texted me. He goes, "What school mascot is Porcupines?" Well, it's Springtown. Pojo.
There you go.
It's Springtown, Coach. I know you're watching. All right, so let's go through let's remake our predictions for Texas football state championship games in 6A.
Right.
6A Division 1.
Okay.
I had the Woodlands over Lake Travis, and you had the reverse. You had Lake Travis over the Woodlands. Do you want to adjust that?
No. I could, but I'm going to give. I still think this is very possible.
I'm going to adjust mine.
Okay.
I think it's now going to be Lake Travis over Allen.
Okay.
That would be mine.
Right.
Because the reasoning is, I thought San Angelo Central was going to beat Allen. That obviously didn't happen.
Right.
I thought the Woodlands matched up very well with both San Angelo Central and Lake Travis.
Yeah.
Allen is a nightmare matchup in my view for the Woodlands. I think they are. Just their physical skill or their physical size and brute up front is a matchup for them. I do think Lake Travis would beat Allen though in a title game. So I'm gonna change mine to Lake Travis.
I would really. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I see where you're coming from. I would just say everything that the Woodlands is going through, and if you don't know, one of their linebackers suffered a head injury last week in their game. Is in a coma, critical condition. I don't know if he's in a coma, but I know he's in critical condition. That's a lot to go through right now. I don't know where they're at. I know it's tough. I think they got to go back and play in the same stadium where it happened at McLean this week.
Yeah, and not to mention, they've got to play a good Round Rock team.
Yeah, a good Round Rock team. I think they'll win this week, but it's got to just be tough for those kids right now.
Sure. You got to wonder where they're at.
I just got to wonder where they're at.
In 6A D1 or D2 rather, I had Cibolo Steel over Mansfield. You had DeSoto over Friendswood. Yeah. Obviously, we're going to need to make some changes here, as both Mansfield and Friendswood have been eliminated.
I think if Tyler Page stays healthy, I would have felt good about this still, but he hurt his ankle on the first drive of their game last week, and that was it.
And that was church. I mean, and Matt Stepp and I were talking about that last night at radio.
Yeah.
If you want to have a real conversation about the most valuable player in the state, like if you want to take that at face value, most valuable, like Tyler Page is definitely up there, man.
Yeah. The Tyler Page experience, one of my favorite movements of all time. Not having this year. I'm
so what's your new pick?
DeSoto over Steel.
DeSoto over Steel.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take Steel over DeSoto. Although I think Cedar Hill may win this week.
Oh, it's entirely possible for sure. But based on where we're at, I'm okay with just making the one change.
5A Division 1. I had Manville over Denton Ryan. You had Manville over Denton Ryan. I see no reason to change that. I think that's going to be the same. 5A Division 2. I had Aledo over Corpus Christi Cal Allen. You had Aledo over College Station.
Nothing's changed.
I'm going to stick to my guns. Here we go.
Yeah.
4A Division 1.
Oh, here's a good one.
I had Argyle over Waco La Vega. You had Argyle over Waco La Vega.
Well,
I am 100. You know what? Lock it in.
Yeah.
Argyle has no chance of winning this state championship this year. Lock it in.
Bold take. Bold take.
So now this is interesting because Argyle was eliminated last week by Abilene Wiley. Do you want to change it at all? Obviously you do.
Yeah, boy. Are you tempting to ride the van wagon right now, right?
Ride the van?
Yeah.
Or the
Abilene van.
Or the Abilene Wiley van.
Yeah, for sure. They're playing really well. But van is so hot.
Let me put it
right
this
now.
way. Do you think La Vega is making it back to a title game?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think because right now I'm tempted to ride the hot hand with Carthage.
I think that's fair, but I just think Waco La Vega's, man, their defense is so good.
They really are.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with La Vega over Abilene Wiley. I think I'm going to ride the hot hand.
I'll go with La Vega over Van.
Okay, that's fine. 4A Division 2 now. I had West Orange Stark over Gilmer. You have West Orange Stark over Gilmer.
Nothing's changing.
I have no reason to believe that's not going to be the case.
No. And it's going to be we're going to end up with some great semifinals, but I still feel the same.
I totally agree. 3A Division 1. I have Brock over Hallettsville. You have Mineola over Rockdale.
Yeah.
Rockdale's been eliminated.
Yeah.
So you got to adjust at least one pick. I think I stick with that, although, boy, I'm starting to lean towards Malakoff.
I'm thinking Mineola Malakoff, right?
Okay.
I'm riding the Mineola train. I got a team in the hunt. I'm going to stick with it. But boy, Malakoff. We're going to go see him.
You are.
We're going to know.
We are going to see him.
We're going to go down there on Friday.
Yeah, I think I'm going to change that to Brock over Malakoff, just the way they're playing right now. But Hallettsville's been playing awful good too. I mean, you can't really lose here, although they got a tough.
I don't want to bail on a state title pick, so I'm going to say Mineola over Malakoff.
That's fine. 3A Division 2, I've got Newton over Cisco. You've got Newton over Canadian. I think I'm just going to stick with you, although Gunner's impressed me too. Gunner's been playing well.
Yeah, I could see.
And Sonora's been playing well.
Sonora's been great.
Sonora
I think one of those three, but both my teams are in it. Both of them have managed. I mean, Newton's been awesome.
Newton, I'm sticking with the team I picked to win. I still think Newton's going to win the title.
Yeah, I agree.
2A Division 1. I had Refugio over Mart. That will not happen. You had Refugio over Crawford.
Really, you and I were just picking that game.
That game.
Crawford or Mart, and that team would end up in the title game.
I still think that's you know what's interesting. Here's the most interesting thing here is that all four of us had Stratford winning Region 1, and they got
run.
They got run out of the barn. I think you're exactly right. We were basically picking that game. So I'm gonna roll Refugio over Crawford now. That's what I'm gonna go.
That's fine.
And in 2A Division 2, I've got Bremond, Ira Ann. You've got Ira Ann over Bremond.
They're both still in it.
Both still in it. No reason to change.
They got some big tests this week, but yeah.
For the sake of argument, I had in 1A Division 1, I have Happy over Jonesboro, both still alive. I'm still going to ride with that. And in 1A Division 2, I had Richland Springs over Balmorhea. Still going to ride with that. Both of them still alive, playing in semifinals this week. TexasFootball.com/playoffs is where you can find all things Texas high school football playoffs for the 2016 season. We got brackets, we got predictions, we got matchup information, we've got bracket breakdowns for each bracket in the state. You want to check that out. TexasFootball.com/playoffs is your one-stop shop for the Texas high school football playoffs.
What would you say is the most surprising team still kicking right now for you?
Leveland.
Yeah.
Leveland.
All offense.
They managed
to play on defense.
I want to say this in a polite way. I thought heading into the playoffs that Leveland was an average team with a superstar quarterback.
Right.
And here they are with a chance, 2 wins away from a title game.
Yeah, they've played well enough to this point that you can make an argument for why they'll get there.
Yeah.
You'd be like, wow, they're playing a little bit of defense,
Exactly.
and they have a superstar quarterback.
Exactly.
I mean, that's how it's changed.
Now, but that's what makes Leveland versus Abilene Wiley so interesting is that you've got this high-powered attack going up against, in my view, the best defense they've seen this year.
And a great running game. Counter opposites, right?
Exactly.
That's probably.
But you ride the hot hand. I mean, I would say that they are the most surprising team left.
Yeah.
In my view, if you're looking for a second-place team, boy howdy. I mean, I'm not real sure. I mean, the rest of it has kind of gone to chalk.
Yeah.
In my view.
Yeah. The rest of it makes sense.
I think I'm a little surprised Dripping Springs is still here.
I think the region helps. They've had a nice year, and they've had to win one big game. Like they had to beat Angleton, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was going to come down to who won that game, who was going to end up in the regional final, and they managed to do it on a great play on fourth down.
Kind of running through this and seeing. Oh no, Seminole.
Seminole's a good one.
Seminole's who finished fourth place in their own district. Yeah. They knock off a district champ. Right. They knock off a district champ. Right. They knock off a second place team from a district. Yeah. Then they knock off the team that won their district.
Right.
And now they got a chance with another district team that beat them, Sweetwater. Yeah. And I would say Seminole is definitely in that conversation of team I'm most surprised is still alive. Other than that, I don't think there's really in it. Winona down in 3A Division 2 is a bit of a surprise, but I mean I don't think that's necessarily going on.
The Division 2 field was always a little more wide open in 3A.
Yeah, totally agree. And other than that, I mean De Leon, is a bit of a surprise. I think that both the Region 2 teams, Abernathy and Anson, have reason to be a little bit. We have a little bit of reason to be surprised that they're here, but overall, I think it's gone pretty much to chalk.
For the most part,
there's not a whole lot of surprises.